Alright, YouTubers, going to do more cooking. These are mushrooms that I'm going to clean up. And we're going for another healthy-ish meal. Healthy-ish. It's very important to put the ish in there. I'll clean these up and I'll try to do a little rambling about it while I get everything ready. I'm not going to chop these down too far. Throw them in there. Let me turn this on. We just had a big rainstorm. Put some olive oil in the pan. And one of the dogs here is very unhappy and not a fan of rainstorms. So he's sticking close and panting. So, what I'm going to talk about cooking, this is going to be another one of those meals where I'm using fake meat. It's going to be fake chicken in this one. Let me just start off by saying I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a dietitian. I've been doing some research lately, and I think I've found, to me, what I think are good ideas. My first problem is, because, like, I'm a steak and potatoes with a side of steak kind of guy, you know, so cooking meals that don't have meat in them are tough for me, and I end up just finding, like, well, here's a fake meat thing to give me that protein thing, because I haven't learned how to cook a better plant-based diet yet. And that's what I'm looking to do. So in this learning process, I'm going to do what I think works for me. Another side note is I know that there's a lot of people into the keto diet. And here's my thoughts on that. Again, I've done research, I've read some stuff, and I've watched quite a few documentaries. And most of the documentaries that I've watched that I agree with are the plant-based diet ones. I just think they make sense. There's all kinds of documentaries, Cowspiracy, Forks Over Knives, What the Health. If you go on Netflix and look for that kind of stuff, you'll run out of time before you run out of topics. All right, hold on. All right, we also have zucchini, and I have more. So I think for me, it's going to be very difficult, but I would like to get a more plant-based diet into my diet. I don't think I can do it every day, but I obviously want to cut back on carbs some, because I eat a lot of carbs and I like carbs, but carbs can be bad for you. So I'm trying to go this way. I probably just need to get a good cookbook with how to cook a plant-based diet. I'm gonna do another half of this one and save the rest for later. But my problem tends to be that you know, with cooking, it's all you go with what you know. And I'm gonna try to take the time to break that. I definitely want to get to the point where I can break the let me go to the freezer section and find something that's a fake meat so I feel like I'm eating food. And that's just going to take me some time, because the trade-off with that is usually that means a lot of salt. And I don't have a salt problem at all right now. I, in fact, hardly ever add salt to anything. The only salt that tends to go in for me is mixed spices or whatever. You know, spice mixes that have salt added in it. And when I'm in the RV, I don't even have a salt shaker in my RV. I never use salt. Let those warm up, and I'll get back to rambling here in a second. Mainly just for color, not a lot. And just back on the keto thing. If you believe it's the best way to go, I am not calling you wrong. I don't know. Again, I'm just going by what I think for me, and I think the studies show that a plant-based diet is a great way to go, and that's what I'm going to try to do without calling anybody wrong, because what the hell do I know? But it seems like those arguments are going around now, and everybody gets all wound up. They take it like you're being personally attacked if somebody thinks, you know, I'm going to change the way I eat to, and I'm not going to get all environmental, but if you go the environmental route, the eating of meat and beef and all that stuff, it's very rough on the environment. It takes up a lot of our land, like I was trying to say before I got distracted. If you go the environmental route, if you look into it, something like 70% of the land in the United States is used to grow crops to feed animals that we eat. So, and in water and everything it takes, it's just a big thing. And then even if you go organic and try to go a little bit healthier with the meat you eat, that becomes expensive. Actually more expensive than a plant-based diet if you really look into it. And one of my concerns is you're still eating those animals that, A, the animals are treated pretty terribly on factory farming, and B, they're just pumped full of so much crap that it's scary to eat them. That, and I do my best not to eat processed food, as I'm going to break out a bag or two here in a minute. But one thing I know I want to avoid is palm oil. Palm oil's not great for you. It's in everything now, and it's another thing that is really tough on the environment because they're cutting down so much rainforest and so much land all over the world to grow palm oil because they put it in every darn thing, and it's cheap. So that's one thing I try to look out for, low palm oil. If I could do away with it, I will, you know, given the option. So there, we cut up a yellow pepper. That's going to go in a little bit later. Got a little bit of onion left here. That's probably more onion than I need, but I like onion. So for me, avoiding palm oil is good, and we don't all have to agree on everything. It's okay. You're not wrong. I'm not a genius. I never claim. If you've watched any of my RV videos, the last thing I ever want to do is claim to know every damn thing. 2 reasons. Those people are obnoxious, and usually they're not even right. You know? So I try not to act like I know everything. I share what I think works for me. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. And I have some baby Brussels sprouts. I'm not a huge fan of Brussels sprouts, and I don't want to cook them too long because they'll become bitter. And I actually don't need to cut them up any smaller. I'm just going to put them in the bowl. Okay, so a lot of people are basically in that mindset, well, I should eat like meatless Mondays or 2-3 days a week without meat. I'm hoping that I can get to 50-50 kind of, you know? That maybe 4 days a week I can go very low on the meat content for me. I think that's something I want to try to do. Again, I can't guarantee you that I'm gonna A, be able to do it, and B, that it's the best thing in the world. But all the research, I'll move you. But all the research I've done is it really does seem like a good way to go. So we'll let these cook down, and I'll try to keep talking through this to give people an idea to say, you're wrong, and I don't think you're doing anything right. Because welcome to the internet, right? All right, we're cooking it down. And again, just because I did the ramble about the diet, I'm hoping to incorporate more of. Honestly, I'm not looking to argue with anybody. You know, if you're sure whatever change you've made to yours is working great, I'm not here to argue that. The whole keto thing, I know everybody's on that kick. It doesn't make it wrong. But the bit I've heard about it is it can be good on the short term. You can end up losing some weight because your body's going to break down the carbs and the fat that's in there. But I just think long term, I don't think it's the healthiest option out there. And a simple I disagree, check this video or check this link is fine. Because maybe other people will want to read through the comments and see what there is to see. I watched, what is it, The Magic Pill, I think it was called. And it was about the keto diet, basically. And I think there's some facts in there that are good, and there's some things that were left out. Like anybody trying to promote their thing, you know. I just with the China study, the doctor that did the China study, and all the stuff that's gone on with plant-based diet, I think intuitively it just makes a lot of sense. You know, people will say, well, we always ate a lot of meat. And I think actually, we're obviously not carnivores. And a lot of people think we're omnivores. But if you look at just the studies like how much undigested red meat is left in a human's body, I'm not sure that we were ever intended to eat large amounts of meat. And that's where my problem is. Honestly, if I had my way, there's nothing that makes me happier to sit down a 16-ounce New York strip, you know, a nice big steak and a potato. I'm in heaven. But I over the years, I just don't think that's the best way to go. I also don't think I'm ever going to be able to be a person that never eats meat. You know, people that go vegan or whatever, and they get to the point where when they do eat meat, they're like, oh, that's disgusting, I don't like it. I don't think I'll be able to get to that point in my life, but I want to find some ways, maybe more Indian food, because Indian food, they have a lot of meatless meals that are really good. And it's all about spices and seasoning and learning taste profiles or whatever you want to call it. All right, we're doing it. Oh, and I replaced the lights in the stove here. Hopefully that'll be appreciated. I went to the store and actually got the LED lights. All right, next we're going to put in this mandarin orange crispy chicken. Again, fake chicken. And I took a picture of all the back, and if you hit pause, you can see what the contents are. I'm going to clear space out. Put these in the center. It's a thing I like to do for some reason. There's also a flavor packet. I'm going to check how good that is before I add it in. And it might just be a hot sauce or a sriracha gets used instead. Because I think it's mainly about finding things that you like. That I guess a new topic of my videos has been, you know, healthy that's not punishment. I don't want to say, yay, look how healthy I am and I'm eating cardboard that doesn't have any taste. I can't do that. Because, again, those of you that have followed along, I'm a fan of food. I have always been a fan of food and flavor. You know, I could be just as happy sitting by a Sunday meal in an Italian house, you know, where you're at the table for like 12 hours. Eating, talking, conversing, laughing, joking, eating, talking, conversing, eating, that whole kind of thing. So we're going to let this cook a little bit before we add the rest of the stuff in. Alright, they don't break down the chicken, fake chicken, and the seasoning pack is into what's in each. But I think it looks as if it's got a lot of sugars, and I would guess most of it's going to be in that flavor packet. So I have some other seasonings I can use instead. Oh, we should probably put some garlic powder. That much. I'm going to add some of this stuff in just to kind of, the baby Brussels sprouts are kind of frozen. I want to thaw them without cooking them too much, because like I said, sometimes they can come out bitter. Again, I don't love Brussels sprouts, but I don't despise them. There's a lot of vegetables. I tend to always eat the same vegetables because I eat the ones I like, and there's not many I despise, but I don't love Brussels sprouts, but I can eat them. I'll try to give a little flip here. I will also say, if you come here for the cooking, if you like that RV cooking stuff, because obviously you can do this in an RV. I'll call it RVable, most likely. There's going to be burgers. Either the video before this was burgers, or the video after this is going to be burgers. I don't know which one's going to get edited up first. But there might even be a steak coming up soon. We'll see. Alright, that's going to keep cooking. You can put these in the oven too if you want to. the New Wave Minis at home. And I've used the oven here. It's a good oven. But I like to do the one pan things. I'm gonna put all of it in. The rest of it in. I like I made stuffed peppers recently. My grandmother used to make stuffed peppers, and basically they were stuffed with big meatballs. But she would cook it all together, and she'd cook the pepper so far down. She was a good cook, but that was a dish she made I did not like. She cooked the darn pepper so it was so flimsy and gooey, it was disgusting. I like to try to keep a little crunch in peppers, and in a lot of things I like to keep a little crunch. Got a little bit of my favorite vegetable left. We'll do my weird way. I'm actually going to take these right back out, and I'm going to mix everything up. Colorful, right? Alright, now I'm going to put the broccoli back in on top, and I'm going to put a lid on it, kind of steam them up a little bit, turn it down a tiny bit. We'll come back. So I've taken some of the veggies out because I wanted to get more of a crispness to the fake chicken. And I'll throw them back in. I'll let that go on for a minute. Like that. Probably should have cooked the chicken first and added it in after. If you live, you learn. Alright, flyover of mostly the chicken, fake chicken cooking. Alright, I grabbed this bottle of Divine. This is a nice flavor. So I'm going to put a little bit of this in with it. That's good. Just for the flavor of it. That's a barbecue-y hot kind of taste. Oh yeah, your nose can smell that. That Divine sauce is good. Alright, one last flip. Yeah, I think that did it. That gave it a little bit more crispness to it. Okay, back in with all the veggies. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, that smells good, and I got a feeling the sauce I used was probably a little bit healthier than what came in the package. We got something else to cook. We'll be right back. Alright, next we have some of this riced cauliflower from Bird's Eye. I'm a big fan of rice, and normally I will probably make this over rice, and I don't care that rice has carbs in it. But I wanted to give this a try. It's got 1% carbs, it's got good dietary fiber. I'll take a picture of it. It's not too bad. This you lay it in the microwave and you cook it for 4 minutes. So here we go. Here is the cauliflower rice. It's about half the bag. I'm gonna get a fork out and taste it. What the fork? Alright, let's see. Huh. Tastes like cauliflower. It's rice-ish. Of course, sriracha. A little bit more. And smiley face and the cauliflower. There we go. So, here we go. See a little bit of everything. So we'll go through this again. Fake chicken, broccoli, baby Brussels sprouts, carrot, got the cauliflower rice, got yellow pepper, onion in there. Where's my mushrooms? There's a mushroom. First we'll do the baby Brussels sprouts. They're good. They're edible. They're good for you. A little bit of the rice and some mushrooms. That's fine. Oh yeah, got some heat. Onions, broccoli, mushroom, cauliflower rice. Yellow pepper. Alright, let's check this chicken out now. It looks like chicken. You know, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. More of the chicken, cauliflower, mushroom, onion. Alright. Alright, fly over. Broccoli, carrots, cauliflower rice, baby Brussels sprouts, onion, shrooms, carrots, chicken in there and the steam. That's a good flyover. Alright, YouTubers, I will say, overall, I'm not disappointed. I'm not mad at that. Another piece of chicken. I will make this again. This was very good. The cauliflower rice is fine. The fake chicken is good. And all the other vegetables are things I like. Even the baby Brussels sprouts. I can eat them. I'll just say if I went to a restaurant and I said, these are your 4 vegetable choices. If one of them was Brussels sprouts, it probably wouldn't be the one I choose. But it's still good. Ooh, did I get zucchini before? Alright, healthier. I'm trying every now and then, but we're going to have a big steak or a hamburger here pretty soon. You can do this in your RV. You can eat a little bit better from time to time so that when you have those great splurge days and you eat something that you know you really shouldn't eat, you've kind of justified it a little bit. Hope you enjoyed. Hope the ramble wasn't offensive to anybody because, again, you eat what you like. I'm not here to tell you what to eat. Just giving you different options. And I hope you have a great and wonderful day.